talk now. This MMA, what we talking about? Yeah, you tuned into the pod now. Gonna be hard for you to stop now. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in.
Welcome back to another episode of Caged In. I'm your host, Chris DiCarlo. Today we got a very special guest making his return to the show, but this time he's here in person. My guy, Joey Guns, Joe Poirier. How we doing today, my man?
I'm doing good.
Good, man. Thanks for coming by. We know that we always chop it up before every single one of your fights. Just catch me up, man. What's been new since the last time I talked to you? How's life been, man?
Yeah, life's been good, coming off that win back in March versus a tough guy. Made it look easy, so that's always nice when you don't get any injuries and you can hop back back into the training camp. You know what I mean?
Of course, bro.
That was good and didn't really miss any time out of the gym. So
Exactly, man. I know you were looking to get back into it soon, but something happened with that fight in between. We'll touch on that in a little bit. But you're going in there, Cage Titan 72 for the vacant flyweight title, man. Very exciting stuff. You're going in there versus Isaiah Torres, who is 7-3-1. July 19th, Plymouth Memorial Hall. You guys know the deal. Before we touch on that one, bro, let's talk about that last fight. It's at Cage Titan 70. First round rear naked choke over Jean Patrick. First of all, man, looking back, now that you've had some time to, recap the fight and see it and see the footage and everything, how do you feel about your performance that night? I know you ended in the first round, so that's pretty handy work, but anything that you wish you did different in there, just how you feel about your performance overall?
yeah, I mean, we fought the game plan to a T. He was a good striker. He had like 100 Muay Thai fights or something like that. Only 4-2 MMA. He was a tough purple belt out of shoot box, but we thought we had the grappling advantage, so I game plan was to push forward, enter the clinch if we wanted to, and from there I found the back, and it was a good night. I'd say it went perfectly. Couldn't have drawn it up better.
Of course, man. And I think the first thing you noticed when you guys got in there was the obvious size advantage. You were just significantly larger than him. Could you feel the size advantage and the strength advantage that you had in there?
Yeah, I feel like, too, it's not just how, like, the weight you go in there at, but it's also, like, the size of the body and stuff like that, and, like, the mechanics of how your body works and leverage points. And I just feel like these shorter guys I'm just a lot stronger than. This next guy, Isaiah, is a little taller, which will be nice, But, yeah, same game plan with him as always. March forward and fight my fight.
For sure, man. You guys really got into the grappling exchanges. He hit that switch on you real quick in the beginning of the first. Tried it again at the end of the first. You really shucked him off clean, got him off you fast. And then once you got his back, did you know, like, once you got that position, that was kind of over for him? He was just kind of fighting against the clock at that point.
Yeah, he hit me with that good toss in the start of the first round, and I adjusted and was ready for it the second time, and did a throw by and took his back. Yeah, I feel real confident on anybody's back. In the training room, I'm a killer on the back, and it shows in my fights. I feel levels above everybody once I get there. So yeah, it's usually an end of the fight ender once I get there.
Yeah, man. And did anything about this fight surprise you? Anything about your opponent surprise you at all, or was it kind of like status quo? Everything you kind of expected happened that night?
Yeah, no. Pretty much everything status quo, you know what I mean? Obviously, you sometimes go in there a little banged up, maybe not feeling 100%, but it's going to happen every time. Very rarely you go in there feeling great with no injuries, so you always got to push through that, but that's what makes some dudes great and some dudes crumble away, you know what I mean?
Sure,
So
100%. Let's talk about your training camp a little bit, man. I know you train at a bunch of different gyms. You're at Hook and Roll with Pete Luciani. You're at the Cartel. I've seen you over at Morzelli's BJJ a little bit. Mom's Basement, of course. Stopping by Lozon's and whatnot. A lot of gyms for you to stop at in your training camp, man. So how has camp been for you? What gyms are you stopping at the most, man? Just give me the rundown on what you've been doing this camp.
yeah, Pete and Mike Bromberger are working on getting their location set up in New Bedford. So we've been, while we're waiting for the mats to come in there, we've been kind of all over the place, and shout out to all these other gyms that we can go into, and they open the doors and let the cross training happen, because some guys aren't really about that.
Right.
So, but we have a pretty good group, I feel like, in the Northeast, where we got a good chemistry with all the gyms, and we can go in and pop in and teach guys, or they teach us something. You know what I mean? Always learning, which is the goal.
Of course, man, 100%. Talking about one of your main training partners, Andrew Valdina, we just saw him capture gold. It's been cool to see you guys kind of be working on the same trajectory where you both kind of turned pro around the same time. He just captured his first title. You're now fighting for your first title. What is it like been having someone like that with you kind of on the same rise throughout you guys' both your careers?
Yeah, I mean, I think that dynamic is really special. Something that I really try to capitalize on. You see a lot of these guys when they find somebody they can kind of go through it with and train hard with around their weight and kind of come up. You know, you see it all the time in the UFC where it's two guys that are from the same gym. You know, like you got Aljo and Marab, or whether it's Till and Hamza. You know what I mean? When you can find somebody that's right there with you and can push you and you push them, you know, it's only going to make you better. And that's what me and Valdina do. We push each other every day in the gym, whether it's a strength and conditioning workout or a sparring match or just a technique day, you know. So having that constant push is definitely levels you up.
For sure, man. That's awesome. And how about this training camp in general, man? How's the body feeling? How was camp been? I know we're only a couple weeks out from fight night. Just give me a rundown on how you're feeling physically.
Yeah, I mean, I feel great. First time making 125 on the dot in a really long time, probably like 3 years or something like that. So working with a nutritionist, making sure that aspect's all dialed in, kind of the fight before the fight, making weight, you know. But I've never missed weight, and it's never been anything too crazy on that Friday before. So get in there and handle business like a professional and tear it up on Saturday night.
100%, man. And we touched on it a little bit earlier, but I know you had that fight book, that Combat Zone 88 versus Oscar Sanchez. You're going to be going in there for his flyweight title. That one, unfortunately, doesn't end up happening. What happened with that fight, man? Why did it ultimately end up falling out?
Yeah, about 4 weeks out, he messaged us and said he had some type of infection, staph or ringworm or something, and I don't know. I mean, guys get that all the time, and it's plenty. It's 4 weeks. I feel like was plenty enough time to clear it up, but they didn't think so. So they pulled out and couldn't find any last-minute replacements. So here we are in July at Cage Titans, and couldn't be happier. You know, I always pictured getting the Cage Titans belt. You know, would have been nice to get the Combat Zone one too, but this is definitely a check off my list.
For sure, man. Let's talk about that one then. Cage Titans 72, you're going in there versus Isaiah Torres, like we mentioned, 7-3-1 for the vacant flyweight title. Plymouth Memorial Hall, July 19th. Let's talk about your opponent a little bit, man. What do you know about this guy, and then how do you feel about him as an opponent?
Yeah, I've watched a little bit. My coaches have watched a lot. He's a kickboxing champion out there in Colorado, so I hear. He's got good striking, you know, smooth on the feet. Not really worried too much about his power. He's more of a volume guy, you know. So I feel comfortable in throwing exchanges in the pocket. I think I'll have the power advantage for sure. And he's a slick purple belt. Doesn't really like to use it too much offensively, but he's good off his back. Likes throw submissions up. Has a few submissions off his back, so that's something we got to watch out for if we go to the ground. But I just feel like in every aspect I'm a level ahead, you know. He's got good striking, I got great striking. He's got all right power, I've knockout power, and he has decent jiu-jitsu, but I just think mine's better, and I'm going to show it in every area.
Yeah, man. Do you think there's any area of his game that he's particularly good in that you think could give you some issues, or do you think that you just kind of check all the boxes as far as advantages in every single aspect of the fight?
I definitely think there's more dangerous areas, you know, that he definitely poses more of a threat. That's going to be the case with anybody, but the trick is to just maneuver out of those positions or overcome them and beat him in them. You know what I mean? Like I said, he's good off his back. I don't really want to be hanging out in his closed guard, but also I could knock him the fuck out while sitting in his closed guard, you know? So who knows? But I think, yeah, I'm a step above in every area.
Of course, man. And this is your first crack at professional gold. You mentioned it's a good thing for you to be fighting for the Cage Titans title. You always picture getting this one. Your first Cage Titans main event as well. How does it feel for you to kind of have both these things coming into this fight, man? Does it feel like a sense of accomplishment just knowing that you've already reached these kind of regional milestones a little bit?
Yeah, job's not done yet, so it's hard to really like look on it like that. You know what I mean? I'm kind of in the midst of it right now. But yeah, it's definitely something that I've wanted to work towards, and is a pinnacle of the local area. You know, getting that Cage Titans belt. So yeah, I mean, after the fight's done and everything, I'll look back on it and definitely have some good memories. But right now, we're laser focused.
Of course, man. Has anything changed for you in camp, knowing that you're going in there fighting for a title, or is everything just kind of business as usual, just another fight?
Yeah, I mean, you always got the coaches pushing you a little harder, teammates pushing you a little harder when it's for that title fight. So camp's been killer, you know, been getting shark tanked left and right by everybody. But no, nothing too much just changed up, you know. Nobody goes in there and thinks, oh, I got to do more cardio because it's a 5-round fight versus a 3. Like, guys are getting in shape no matter what. You know what I mean? It's not like you're going to get in better shape for a 5-round fight.
Right.
It's more comes down to pacing and the pace of the fight.
Right.
You know, so that's just something I'll have to deal with in there if it goes to those championship rounds. But I don't see it going that long. See this being an early night.
Of course. I was going to ask you about the 5 rounds. I didn't know if that made any difference for you. It clearly doesn't, like you just said. Are you looking forward to having 5 rounds worth of time to work in case you need it? Or I know obviously your plan is to go in there and get it done early, but how do you feel mentally about potentially having to go 5 5s?
I mean, if it goes 5 5s, it goes 5 5s. I'm definitely not looking to stay in there for 25 minutes. You know, quicker I can get in and get out, get less damage, and on to the next is a good night for me.
Absolutely, man.
So,
what can the fans at the Memorial Hall expect from the return of Joey Guns on July 19th, man?
you know, we just finished July 4th. Had big fireworks there. I got my birthday on July 13th, so we'll carry that all the way over to July 19th and get a good dub and celebrate hard.
Hell yeah, man. And do you have any prediction for this fight? Is there a particular way that you've been visualizing seeing it going, or any particular way that you're training to push this fight to go? Any prediction on how you feel this one's going to go on July 19th?
Yeah, I'm preparing for a war. I'm going to be in there pressing the action and in his face the whole time, walking him down. So I expect somebody to go out quick.
For sure, man. I know you're not someone that's afraid to talk about the future of their career, man. Last time you said that you wanted to win that fight, go get a title fight, and now we're here. You got your title fight opportunity. With the win, you'll be 7-1 with a regional title around your waist. What's next for Joe Poirier after July 19th, man?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of doors. I'd love that contender shot or a short notice UFC fight. That's always next on the list, you know. So whatever we have to do to maneuver there, but I'm just gonna keep terrorizing these guys on the local scene until that happens. So whether it's another fight at Cage Titans for defending the strap or somewhere else, maybe Combat Zone or something like that, then it is what it is. Maybe another strap, but I'm just gonna keep checking these dudes out till the UFC calls.
Hell yeah, man! I love that. And before I let you go, man, this is now your time. Anybody you want to thank, anybody you want to shout out, any sponsors you want to shout out while you're here, man, you know, the floor is yours.
Yeah, of course. I always say you can't do it without these sponsors. They help us out so much on the local scene, you know. It's hard to make a living doing this without them. So shout out to all my sponsors. We got guys like Ben at BC Crane. He's a huge help. Mike Miller. My guy Evan Williams that comes all the way out from New York. He always comes out and makes friends with everybody. He's a good dude. I got Cole Cuts, my barber out in Plymouth. Check him out if you need a cut. Who else do we got? We got Nazar Jewelers hooking me up with the ice, so hit them up if you need anything. What else do we got? We got Turkey TV doing some filming, putting out some videos, so go check him out on Instagram. And yeah, I think that's about it.
Cool, man. Joe, I appreciate you taking the time to come out and talk to me, brother. Thanks for stopping by. I'll definitely be seeing you in the building on July 19th, brother. Best of luck.
Can't wait to
And,
see you there.
Yes, sir.
Can't wait
Yes,
to see
sir.
you
I'm
there.
excited, man. Excited, man. Best of luck July 19th, man. I'll see you in the building.
Thank you.
Got down for the count and he can't even talk now. This MMA, what we talking about? Yeah, you tuned into the pod now. Gonna be hard for you to stop now. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in.